wicked shit.
And they didn't put none of that in that Pompeii movie either.
This the book of Genesis chapter 19 verse 1. It say, and there came 2 angels to Sodom at evening, and Lot sat in the gate of Sodom. And Lot, seeing them, rose up to meet them, and he bowed himself with his face towards the ground. And he said, behold, now my lords, turn in, I pray you, into your servant's house, and tarry all night, and wash your feet, and ye shall rise early and go your ways. And they said, nay, but we will abide in the street all night. And he pressed upon them greatly, and they turned unto him, and entered into his house. And he made them a feast, and did eat unleavened bread, and they did eat. But before they lay down, the men of the city, even the men of Sodom, compassed the house round about, old and young, all people from every quarter.
Right, so they gathered together. All right.
Old and young men surrounding the crib.
It say, and they called unto Lot, and said unto him, where are the men which came into thee this night? Bring them out unto us, that we may know them.
Oh man, I mean,
You went to fuck them.
yeah, exactly.
You went to fuck the angels.
So you got Lot and the 2 angels in the crib, and the crib surrounded by a group of young and older men.
Yeah, they just wanted to rape the angels, man.
It said, and Lot went out at the door unto them, and shut the door after him. And he said, I pray you, brethren, do not so wickedly. Behold now, I have 2 daughters, which have not known man.
So you was gonna, in fact,
He said, let me, I pray you, bring them out to you, and do you to them as is good in your eyes. He said, take my daughters, they virgins, do whatever you want to do to them.
They could have gang raped them, man. They could have gang banged.
They could have killed them.
Hey, and whatever they did to them girls, it would have been way less wicked to what they did to them. He said, don't do so wickedly.
Yeah, that's a real man of the Lord right there, man. He offered up his virgin daughters to be absolutely gang raped instead of 2 angels, man. That also shows the wickedness of Sodom and Gomorrah, man.
Yeah.
Because they wanted to rape the angels instead of these beautiful young daughters, man.
He said, behold now, I have 2 daughters which have not known man. Let me, I pray you, bring them out unto you. Do you to them as is good in your eyes. Only unto these men do nothing, for therefore came they under the shadow of my roof.
A man wouldn't dare do that in today's age.
And say, and they said, stand back. And they said, stand back. And they said again, this one fellow came in to sojourn, and he will need to be judged. Now I will deal worse with thee than with them. And they pressed sore upon the men, even Lot, and they came near to break the door. But before the but the men put forth their hand and pulled Lot into the house to them and shut the door. And they smote the men that were at the door of the house with blindness, both small and great, so that they were weary themselves to find the door.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Fucking angels smoked their ass with blindness. And they probably didn't give them their sight back either. They probably fucked around them blind unless they light.
And it was a whole bunch of men, man. There was a whole. So it was young men and it was grown ass men. You tell me none of them men wanted to have the women, man? They all wanted to. Yeah, it's crazy.
And they said the young and the old, so even the young bucks wanted the men.
Yeah, there wasn't a couple of them that said, "Oh, we'll take the daughters, y'all can have," you know. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. It sounds like America to me, though. It really does.
Fucking horror. That's like a horror movie.
All right. This is the book of 2 Peter, chapter 2, verse 5. And spare not the old world, but save Noah and 8 persons, a preacher of righteousness, bringing in the flood upon the world of the ungodly, and turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemned them with an overthrow, making them an ensample unto those that should after live ungodly, and delivered just Lot vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked. So you know when Lot was living in Sodom and Gomorrah, man, I mean, could you imagine the conversations these freaks was having in Sodom and Gomorrah? They was probably talking about how they was, oh man, I can't wait to pop this dude and this dude and that dude. No, it's just Lot was vexed with this shit on a daily basis.
Walking in place, man. You know?
No, but that's the key point though. Lot was vexed with the filthy conversation of these freaks in Sodom and Gomorrah, man. Who knows what they were talking about, man?
He's probably sitting there thinking in his head, what the fuck? You would rather have these angels than these two daughters of mine? Fuck them up. What the fuck is wrong with you?
This is the book of 2 Ezra, chapter 2, verse 8. Woe be unto Assur, thou that hidest the unrighteousness in thee. O thou wicked people, remember what I did unto Sodom and Gomorrah, whose land lieth in clouds of pitch and heaps of ashes. Even so also will I do unto them that hear me not, saith the Lord, the Almighty Lord.
It's crazy, man. So it's like the Most High is telling you, man. Remember that, because that's supposed to be an example. All right, that's why these stories are here. So we're supposed to read them and study them and understand what went wrong and learn from it. You know, like we always bring this story out, the man of God story. The guy that just went in there, the Most High told him not to eat or drink, and he ate and drank.
Dude tricked him. It's fucked up. That's what I said.
Hey,
Tricked him because the king actually offered them to eat and drink after because the king was about to try to kill him or something. And his hand withered up. His hand withered. He's like, please, pray to your God that my hand come back, and it came back. So the king like, man, you gonna sit down and eat with me? Sit down and eat with me today. He was like, man, he said, I wouldn't eat with you if you offer me half your kingdom. So he was putting that faith, but then the other prophet came to him and lied to him. Because he was like, I'm a man of God too.
but that's these people today, man. They're deceived by a lot of these false prophets in the church.
Hey, I was watching this video. It's somebody that was teaching that that Ruth is an Israelite. I said, oh, he wouldn't have put no heathen in the Bible. When he understand?
You said Ruth?
Yeah.
Yeah, but wait a minute, Nebuchadnezzar's in the Bible.
That's what I said. And Ruth was, I think, I heard, I ain't nothing to confirm it, but I heard Ruth was supposed to be part of the book of Judges. And they say that like in the beginning of the Ruth, like in the days of the Judges. That's what happened.
Not true. It's going to be destroyed by water.
Okay, thank you. You have a nice day, man.
You also.
Okay.
May God be with you.
Thank you. Thank you. Now I know.
That's the spirit right there.
This is spirit.
Yes, it's spirit.
This is
There ain't even no need to argue that.
Right.
let's cut it. Let's cut it real quick.
Hey, got it. Hey, get ready to say we'll never do it again.
Con.
Matter of fact, it's in Peter. It's somewhere else, but it's in Peter. There, Peter, where it says it's reserved unto fire.
2 Peter 3:10.
Con.
But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. That must be some hot water, man.
Yeah. Fucking boiling hot water. That's not right. Hey, that's not right. If that's how you do it, with boiling hot water.
It's gonna start raining boiling hot water, man, for 40 days and 40 nights.
Acid rain, nuclear destruction. Hey, I can see it now.
There's gonna be some giant super volcano that's gonna shoot
rain with all the
fucking boiling
radiation.
water. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up
by water.
All right. See, and then that all these things shall be dissolved. What manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness? You know, this is a conversation of godliness.